Council meeting to order. First thing up, our oaths of office. Congratulations once again to the three.
Pledge allegiance.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Thank you. Pledge allegiance.
This new mayor.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, take the roll.
Mayor O'Connor.
Here.
Morissette.
Here.
Wakefield. Here. Knutson. Here. Kennedy.
Here.
Bruck.
Here.
Hall.
Here. All right. Next up is the oaths of office. And once again, congratulations to the three council members who were re-elected.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
Right there. All right. Raise your right hand. I, Rich O'Connor,
I, Rich O'Connor,
having been elected as the mayor of the city of Hudson,
having been elected the mayor of the city of Hudson,
swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
and faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
of said office
of
to
said
the
office
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Maybe. Perfect.
Okay.
Randy?
Congratulations.
Sure.
Raise your right hand. I, Randy Morissette,
I, Randy Morissette,
having been elected as alderperson for District 1
having been elected alderperson for District 1
for the city of
for
Hudson,
the city of Hudson,
swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially discharge
and faithfully, impartially discharge
the duties of said office to the best of my
the
ability.
duties of said office to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Perfect. Sarah? Please raise your right hand. I, Sarah Brook,
I, Sarah Brooke,
having been elected as alderperson of District 5 for the city of Hudson,
having been elected as alderperson for District 5 for the city of Hudson,
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the said duties
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the said duties
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Just need a signature here. And Joyce. Raise your right hand. Oh. I, Joyce Hall,
I, Joyce Hall,
being elected as alderperson for District 6 for the city of Hudson,
being elected as alderperson for District 6 for the city of Hudson,
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations all. Thank you, Becky.
Yep.
Nice job. All right, next up, election of president of the Common Council. The Common Council will elect the president of the council after the mayor receives nominations from council members present. 2/3 vote of all council members is required for confirmation. Do we have any nominations?
I nominate Sarah Brooke.
We have a nomination of Sarah Brook. Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Randy Morissette.
Have nomination of Randy Morissette. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations. And how do you want to proceed with the vote? You want a show of hands? You want secret ballot? What do you want to do?
I think we're all adults. I think we raise our yes or no.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Those in support of Councilmember Brooke, raise your hand. I have two. Those in support of Councilmember Morissette, raise your hand. Okay, 4-2. Congratulations once again, Mr. Morissette, senior member of the council. Thank you for running, Sarah.
Of course.
All right. Common Council confirmation of the mayor's appointment of a Common Council member for a one-year term for Plan Commission. Again, it's a 2/3 vote of all council members required for confirmation. I am nominating Randy Morissette. Okay, I guess I'm just kind of reading ahead here. All those in favor of confirming the nomination, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Congratulations, Randy. Do you want to take over, Brent?
Okay. All right. So,
It just occurred to me I'd never gone this far down the
okay.
end before. It's always been handled by.
Oh, sure. Okay. So now the mayor announces appointments for common council members to standing committees of the common council. Standing committees are finance, public works, and public safety, of which the finance is also under our ordinances as the board of review. And that the mayor is standing on that committee. And the election would be Randy Morissette, Joy Knutson, and Joyce Hall. And if anybody wants to take these separately, I guess, they can. But the next one is Public Works. We have Joy Knutson as chair, Mike Kennedy, and then Sarah Bruck. We have Public Safety, which is Randy Morissette as chair, Lynn Wakefield, and Joyce Hall.
Okay.
And
We
I
don't
would
vote
imagine
on
Prove that, do we?
No, those do
those
not
don't need
require
to
a vote.
be, okay.
For the record.
That's right, so nobody takes them separately. Yeah. Okay. On to the Common Council confirmation of mayor's appointments of Common Council members to serve as voting members on the following boards and commissions and committees. Following boards, commissions, and committees. Advisory Joint Fire Board. Member must be of Public Safety Committee as well, and that would be Lynn Wakefield. Hudson and North Hudson Community Access Board, Lynn Wakefield again. Hudson Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, Sarah Bruck. Hudson Urban Forestry Board, Sarah Bruck. Park Board, Mike Kennedy. And Public Utility Commission, Joyce Hall.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion, second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Okay, and then we have mayor announcing his appointments of non-voting members, non-voting common council liaisons to Hudson School Board and the Hudson Tourism Bureau. The Hudson Tourism Bureau liaison, Randy Morissette, and the Hudson School Board liaison, Joy Knutson. Those are just announcement of appointments.
Yes.
Okay. And then the question is, should I keep going?
Yep.
Okay. I could have sworn I got Becky to read these off, but, all right, we'll give it our best shot. All right,
Okay, go ahead.
what would you like? So, Common Council confirmation of mayor appointments of citizen board members. Okay. Advisory Joint Fire Board, Matt Yakub, excuse me, Matt Yakub, and that is an ongoing term. It is appointed throughout, it could be removed by the mayor throughout the year or appointed to onto that board by the mayor throughout the year. Right now, it's Matt Yakub replacing, I forget who it was. What was the name of the individual?
Was it Mike Grahada?
Yeah, Grahada? Yeah, okay. All right, Matt Grahada wanted to step down on that. Then we have Board of Zoning Appeals, Barbara Wasson and Carolyn Wankin. I hope I'm saying these right. Hudson Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, we have Colleen Maloney, Devin Perneau, and Sammy Ditloff, all with terms ending in 2027. Then we have the Hudson Urban Forestry Board. We have Pete Miller, Nancy Vesner, Tim Hall, Devin Willie, and Matt, Yakub. It's going to be a tough one for me. And he is completing a term that is actually expiring in 2026. That term was to be left open last year, and the person that was in that position just assumed that role as it continued on. It should have been appointed, and that person was never appointed. So Matt is to finish out that prior year, last year's term, which ends in 2026. Then we have the Park Board, Pam Brokaw and Karen Nessett. They're ending in 2027. And then we have the Police and Fire Commission, which is Mary Yakub, ending in 2030. Those are 5-year appointments. That is it for those appointments.
Move to approve.
Second.
The motion is second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. New business resolution 11-25 designating public depositories.
All right, Sam's here to talk about the depositories.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Excuse me, Sam Hasu, Finance Director. Before you this evening is the annual resolution designating public depositories. This is by Wisconsin State statute. The Common Council should designate depositories on an annual basis. With that, I stand for questions.
Anybody?
You can see it in the issue paper. There's a number of them listed there. U.S. Bank, State of Wisconsin Pooled Investment Fund, BYN, Pershing Investments, Hiawatha National Bank, Citizen State Bank, Oppenheimer and Company, UBS Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada are all the depositories that we're working with.
Are these changes? Have you brought forward?
The only ones that are changes are Oppenheimer, UBS, and RBC. The last three, which are currently not, we currently don't hold anything with them.
Okay.
However, on my work plan for this year is to look at our investments with BNY and Pershing, who are currently being managed by Ellers, and the possibility of do we divest and start doing that in-house. So the reason those three are on there is those are 3 broker dealers who we could possibly use, and we would certainly get approval before opening an account.
It gives us options for the future, and we would definitely bring those to the finance in here before it. So it's retained for possible future use is what we have in there.
And you said that Ellers is
They're currently-
suggesting this as an option.
They are currently managing the portfolio, and it is
Yes.
currently being held with BNY Pershing. So they're the
Thank you.
custodian.
So we would be, when you say in-house, we would be possibly
Managing the portfolio.
managing ourselves, and these banks are facilitating that, or make it easy for
They would be
them
broker dealers, yep,
work with the municipality directly.
correctly.
Okay, thank you.
And then I will also note with Citizens and Hiawatha, we hold CDs with them. We do not hold any deposits beyond that.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. Discussion.
Wait a minute, we're approving resolution number 11-25 is what
Right.
we're approving.
Yep. Okay. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved. Discussion possible action on resolution number 10-25, changing the start time for common council regular meetings to 6 PM.
Okay, I know this is something that had been talked about in the past. I did put out an issue sheet regarding a possible change in time. Common Council is the only meeting remaining, I think, past 6 o'clock. I think a lot of our committees and subcommittees and that are all at 6 o'clock or earlier. To start this, we would have to then move finance to 5:45 and possibly 5:30 from time to time. But the late meetings, kind of talking with staff and talking with a few members here as well, that we're talking about potential hourly staff when we have to have them here as well. We're paying them time and a half to be here, and they're typically here past 7 o'clock, because depending upon when the issue comes up. So there's that piece that we have. There's obviously all the other committees are posted or done between, or 5 o'clock or earlier, or excuse me, 6 o'clock or earlier. And then typically, just for regular staff, it puts on a 12-hour day for a lot of staff that's here till 9 o'clock, potentially. So the proposal would be, we do need to change this by resolution according to what we have in our common council, in our ordinance. And the resolution to do so is included here. So under Chapter 23-1, the Common Council shall set time by resolution, and that can be done at any time throughout the year, but the proposal would be to kick off this new year starting at 6 o'clock.
All right.
I just historically, it was 7 o'clock because most of the people on council were coming from the cities to make the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And your narrative, you said that most people, it's not going to encumber them from being involved or coming to this if we move it to 6 instead of leaving it at 7.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like public hearings and things like that, we obviously have it available online now. They can see what happened afterwards as well. So that's available right away online from the organization that is filming today. And then we also have, like I said, the public hearings where people can go right to their phone and listen for their opportunity to speak. And we've had several people do that throughout the last, several months that I've been here during public hearings. They stay at home and do it that way. I think we've all kind of become accustomed to some of that. So I'm not sure that there's as many people rushing to get here and be here for a 7 o'clock meeting or a 6 o'clock meeting. I think it's been fine with your committees, throughout this time. It's really no difference in change, I think.
I'm still concerned about the public being able to come here in person if they want to see what's going on and be part of the meeting. So I have reservations about this.
And when I first saw this, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be good, because just like the council members, my workday starts at 7:30, so I understand that concern. But I think that's part of the job, right? And I'm just wondering, actually, then I have heard from community members who appreciate having it at 7 o'clock, still having to get home, get dinner on there, be able to be here to share in the comment. So I'm concerned that we'd be taking that away. And I'm wondering, how often do we have hourly employees here? I feel like most of the employees that are here are tend to be on salary. So I was thinking maybe they had some flexibility to adjust their schedule if they could.
We've had police officers here. We've had other members of Mike's staff here that are hourly. We've had members of the finance that were here hourly.
Okay. And they're not able to adjust their hours, so they don't go into an overtime status?
That is a possibility, but then it screws up other hours throughout the days too.
Certainly.
So-
It's not very often, though,
Yeah.
that we have hourly people here.
And then the other idea is, you're sitting in winter, you go home, make a meal, and a lot of them, do you really want to push to get back here by 7 o'clock? I think there's definitely arguments on both sides, and I think that's for you guys to end up discussing, but I think it would definitely help some staff morale as well,
I
so.
would say we should try it, and if we get some pushback, a little printing material on the ordinance, but maybe we just switch it back.
It's a good idea.
I think that's hard to do. I think you either commit and move forward. I think back and forth gets confusing for people.
I'd like to comment about the start time, which I have mentioned that before at the end of one of our finance meetings, that I wish that we did start earlier, because many times there are topics, it's hard to predict in advance, but our finance meeting goes till 7:05, 7:10, which then if there is a room, people arriving for council, it's a late start for them. And so I feel, it's certainly an important committee, that more than 15 minutes could be spent on issues. If there's not that many agenda items, I could stand to learn a lot from Sam. I've already, shared quite a bit of information about our various counts and funds, and there would be ways that we could help inform the public. So I would prefer the half hour for finance, which to me, then that means that we should start at 5:30. And I do appreciate what you're saying about the staff, and if they are here at night, they deserve their time and half, I think. I don't think we should, quote, send them home early or take a long lunch later in the week to compensate, because if they worked those hours, they should get paid that and not be asked to shorten their schedule other days, because that's only fair. But I do agree with what Sarah was saying, is that maybe it isn't that often. I know there are staff from the Community Development Department that are, a number of them, at Plan Commission monthly, each month. That's after 6, if
Sure.
they go to 7 or something like that, but I'm sure that is a factor for them, that they're getting overtime at that point. Do they get paid overtime straight through, their normal time, or is it they have this forced break and now you're on the clock again when the meeting starts?
Well, it depends if they've got work to do. Usually you're prepping for this meeting. You're not wandering about and doing other stuff. You're concerned about what's going to happen at the meeting
So they
itself.
don't necessarily leave,
You
go
end
have
up
a
trying to
meal,
work,
right.
through it if you
Stay.
can.
And be prepared,
Be
be here to
prepared for
talk
it.
to council members or whoever, sure.
But, and again, there's arguments on both sides for all of this. If you're having your standing committees at 6 on a normal basis,
I mean,
just kind of
Public
falls
Works
in.
meets at 5, Public Safety,
Safety,
5, but Plan is at 6, correct?
Is at 6.
The standing,
And we're right after Parks, which would be, 5.
true. There's back-to-back that night.
And we've done more with the department reports, which I've appreciated, so everyone's informed of what they're doing. And when they're at the end of the meeting, sometimes that does get late as far as people being able to, that aren't present here, to all that. So I appreciate when we have those here. And having an earlier start time, I think, would be better for that as well. Sure. For them having to sit for a long period of time to make their presentation.
I guess we've added that to since I've been here. I appreciate that.
And greatly
I like to be
appreciate
able to
it.
bring them in, but I think a couple times we cut them off at the end.
Because
Which
we
now
start
we've
late.
sort of split them out, but it still takes up a little bit of time at the end. I think it's still valuable time
Absolutely.
to have them come and tell you what they're doing.
Right, I think that is very helpful. I agree. That's a good addition to our meetings.
If I could just say, I would certainly never begrudge and full-heartedly support paying overtime. I just was thinking that it sounded like they didn't want to work more than 40 hours a week, so I was trying to be flexible on that. So I just want to clarify that. I, too, share the concerns about the finance meeting, and I know I've shared that both with the mayor and the city administrator, so I also echo that. I think that's smart to move that and give that at least the 30 minutes. And like you say, Councilmember Knutson, it's really hard to estimate when you look at the agenda if it's going to be quick or not. So I certainly affirm that decision as well. And, I think this is city government, right? And so there are some times that there are just night meetings. I have to work night meetings in my job too. It is just sometimes what you have to do. It's part of the business. And if that means allowing our community members that we're serving the opportunity to come, when it's more convenient in their life, that's who we're here for. I mean, of course, we're here for our employees and to be a good employer without a doubt. But at the end of the day, we're really here for our community members and making sure they have what works best for them.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just wondering, you know, if we're thinking 7 o'clock, I guess it's been a standard, so that's become kind of, that's when city council starts. But I can't think of, if we did move it to 6, that, I don't know who we're boxing out and saying, oh, that doesn't work anymore. That 1 hour for that one issue that one person might want to get up to the microphone. I don't feel like that this is absolutely changing things dramatically. I think the benefits are outweighing again, 1 or 2 people. We've had some issues where, you know, we all get emails, for example, and, you know, about 65% of the people say, I can't make the meeting, but please know that I'm for this or against that. So I don't think we're silencing any voice by making this change. And again, you know, it could be reversed. We could be on a standard 6 p.m. and now someone's suggesting 7, and people would say, oh, that doesn't work for me either. So I don't think, you know, if we were saying 7 a.m. or something, that would really rock the world, right? But I think this move does not, I don't feel like we should think 1 or 2 people say that doesn't work as well for them, that we should throw this idea out. I'm actually for doing 6, and maybe we try it for the rest of the remainder of the year, and if we get pushed back, then we look at it again.
We had to learn to pivot during COVID. We needed to be flexible, and I think it's okay to do it again. So I'd support 6. And if something changes, then something changes.
I'm sure it'll be popular in the summer months. Get out while it's still daylight and so on. I mean, I'm willing to try it.
Me too.
I'll
We
move
have a
to,
motion.
I'll move to adopt resolution 10-25.
A second.
Okay, sorry.
We have a motion, a second. Just, Jeff, do you have any comment in there?
No, you're good.
All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
No,
Oh,
yeah, it's us
Yes.
too.
All right, I don't have anything. Anybody?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion, a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.